coffee stay black, just like me. Don't need no sugar, don't need no cream. Yo, welcome back to the Cxffeeblack podcast. We are here live in Addis Ababa. You already know what it is. Bartholomew B. Jones, educator, MC, coffee nerd. I'm here with some really dope individuals. You feel me? So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. But this has been an amazing experience, and I'm excited to get into this conversation. So, what's up? Without further ado, my brother, would you like to introduce yourself?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I might be shy a bit because I always be at the back of the camera.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of cultural change here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Abraham Ashagri.
Okay.
An Ethiopian, born raised in Atlas.
Yeah.
I do creative directions in marketing, and I currently do marketing for the Bansa to Cabo and Buncho when it comes in the coffee.
Yeah.
And me and Tati will have a small coffee shop.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta let it out. Yeah, I think so. The coffee, I think that's where my more. That's where my experts are. Yeah,
Bro, multiple streams of creativity going on right now, bro. Multi-hyphenate energy in the building, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm excited to get into the story about how you got into these different situations and how you ended up in coffee here with the champ. You feel me as well? Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Tadele Shoban. Also born and raised in Addis. I've been doing coffee for almost 5 years and counting. And I just started coffee or I've ended up. I work the championship.
Come on, talk your talk, bro.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
I'm head of production and management for Ducamo Coffee Addis Ababa.
Yeah.
And also head roaster for Buncho Coffee, which supplies for Ducamo.
Yeah.
And also barista trainer for local baristas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, okay, I'm excited to get into this. So,
Right.
bro, to me, the first thing, yeah, I know what I'm saying. Well, you got a lot going on. You feel me? A lot of hats. We here with 2 multi-hyphenates. Before we get into it, I always ask people, like, what coffee are you drinking right now? What are you excited about? So, like, what's your favorite coffee you're sipping on right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
For me, I would say coffee from the first cup of exercise greener of the station. We're doing it up and that's a really an authentic coffee for me.
Yeah.
I don't even have a word to tell because it's really amazing coffee that I ever had. And I still remember the taste while I'm speaking. So I would say when you go.
Okay, we're going down.
Yeah.
So you got something for me to take home? So you got something? You talk about this coffee thing and it sounds crazy, and I now want to take it. Okay. So what about you, bro? What's your favorite coffee you're sipping on?
okay. Yeah, he mentioned yeah, I should definitely pick Gata, the founder we visited.
Yeah.
Because I resonated with it too much because my first experience with coffee was from that fall. So that coffee from that fall was very sentimental to me, and the coffee really tastes good too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great time to kind of hop into this part of the conversation. When we were talking on the farm, actually, we had a good conversation. I want to kind of dive into that. You know, you talked about that farm being your first time on the farm. And I think a lot of people assume, I assumed everybody in Ethiopia, if you're in an origin country, there's a relationship between the countryside and what's happening in capital cities. But that's not always the case, right? There's like people who've been 2, 3, 4 generations in the capital city, and you may not have been to the, you know what I mean? There may have been a long time since anyone in the family has been back that way. And I relate to that. My grandma had a farm, and growing up, for me, it was kind of like culture shock when I would get sent out there in the summertime, and my uncles would make fun of me because I didn't know how to do anything on the farm. And but it was very interesting here, your experience. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey from being a city kid to going to the farm? What kind of led you there, and what that experience has done for you, and why you're still doing it?
So my background with coffee started with Tadi. So like you said, we used to sell popcorns on the street.
Like popcorn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like street vendors.
Okay,
like
yeah.
a small shop, like a makeshift shop.
Yeah.
So every day after 4 p.m. we say popcorns.
And then and what is this again? Is this like high school,
Like
college?
after college.
Okay.
When was it? 2016,
2018.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people keep asking us for the popcorn is good. You should do something about it, and coffee goes great with that. So the whole popcorn thing was this thing, but I was assisting it because it needed a bit of hand. But I used to totally be into tech. I used to have multiple startups that I used to do on. I graduated in mathematical systems, which is like all the IT stuff, the coding, hardwares, every part of it with the business aspect, which is accounting, economics, marketing.
Yeah.
So I was heavily involved into tech, and but he needed a bit of hand, so I used to work with it. So after that, we set up the shop. I think 4 to 6 months. Yeah, I think that was my first exposure to coffee. We used to brew a bit.
When you say coffee, what do you mean? Like,
Coffee.
was your first time trying coffee ever?
Not trying it, but having a little bit deeper knowledge to it.
Because as an industry.
Yeah, as an Ethiopian, we consume coffee every day.
Yeah.
So even growing up, I used to assist my mom with the roasting it, grinding it, even brewing it.
Really?
Despite
That's kind of rare.
yeah.
Yeah.
In every household in Ethiopia, you're supposed to assist them because coffee consumption is a really big culture in Ethiopia. We consume. We have a Jebena ceremony, and one ceremony in one sitting. You're supposed to drink 3 cups.
Yeah. Arbo.
Yeah.
Ton of-
Exactly.
Yeah.
That goes off from the morning, lunch, and dinner. So you should be. It's like one part of functioning as a family. So
Yeah.
you're supposed to help with it.
Okay.
So we know how to provide it to kids. Test it, I admit, but we never had deeper knowledge than just buying it from the shop.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Just because it's like something imposed to us, imposed to us.
Yeah.
So after that business, I totally got back into my tech startups.
Okay. So you left, you were like, as a kid, you're getting the coffee, but it's just cultural. This culture is in the background.
Yeah.
Then you start business. Yeah. The homie right here.
Yeah.
The business is like, you do it for 6 months. Then you like, that's a wrap. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah.
You go back into tech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a backstory of a backstory to it. How the shop got
Closed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Should I ask what that means?
it is going to take over.
Yeah. Okay.
So after that, I got back into my own game.
Yes.
To do multiple stuff with my brother.
Yeah.
Then COVID hit, something much political, a bit heavy on that crazy thing. So I literally lost much of the things I was working on. So I had to look for someone I could work with. So that's when I met Karan.
Okay.
So Karan
Your combo.
Yeah. So Karan was the export manager for Diabetes Coffee. So we contacted each other, talked about it. So he wanted marketer for his company. So I had the right skill set for it.
Yeah.
So we talked about it. So me being from the city was a bit hard for him because I know a bit about coffee, but I don't really know coffee.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah. First thing he did was after I signed the contract, he sent me directly to the port by myself. You know. Yeah. I think he thought I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
But
You thought you were quick.
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So the first thing I did, like I told you, I got into the farm and there was the guy assisting me. He's Cornelius. So I saw a big tree at the front of the gate to the farm. So I saw this coffin. He was like, "Bro, you're supposed to market this." And I don't know. I need to go on coffee.
That's crazy.
You know what?
When I don't think that is rare. Like I think a lot of
I'm very familiar with coffee.
yeah.
As because I work on it.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to know. You can imagine the rest of the youth
Yeah,
Yeah, with my age, with my
that's what you're saying. I think
we
that's
don't know shit.
yeah, we don't, and I think that that's not just true in Ethiopia. Like, I was in Ghana in January and talking to this young cat named Kelvin. Shout out to Kelvin, and he was telling me something very similar, bro. Like, he was like, I was like, yeah, have you been to a coffee farm? And we had just gotten back from Jobedo in the Fulton region, where there's Ghanaian coffee farms there, and he was like, no, I've never been, and that just was so strange to me because it's strange and it's not strange. It's strange to me because I feel like, for me, as like a Black American in coffee, I feel like, where if there was a farm a couple hours from me, I would always be there. So because I'm so curious, but it's also because it's not there. It's easy to imagine that, as opposed to like it being there and you take it for granted because it's like, yo, it's right here. So he actually just hit me and he was like, I'm going to my first coffee farm like in a couple weeks, which is exciting. But I think that this is a special time, bro. Like, I think that we're going to hear more stories like what you're describing. And then I want to come over here to you side there as well. But for you, what do you think the impact was? Like, what is the value of what you experienced going back to the roots, to our roots? And then for you, what do you think the value is then for other people who are like you, in producing countries or across the diaspora or around globally? Like, these people who are disconnected from the soil, but like, what's the value in it? What was the value for you, and what do you think the value is for other people?
Yeah. So when it comes to the value, like right after I joined the company, I went to the pot, and it really enlightened me in ways that I couldn't imagine, because I get to reconnect with the producers, the people who work at the stations. Yeah, the very backbones of the business, who are the producers, the pickers, right, the farmers, their families, their stories, even the villages that are heavily dependent on the industry of coffee. Getting to know much about it, and here being from a coffee origin country, and not knowing all that.
Not just a coffee origin.
Yeah,
The coffee origin country.
Exactly. I felt a little bit guilty about parts of words. Yeah, because you can imagine, after that I did much of my research, because I wanted to know how is this impact us as tea producing origin country. So, like, we discovered coffee in the 6th century. We were the shepherd caught it and everything, the story behind it.
Yeah.
But after that, we started cultivating coffee on the 8th century. You can imagine how long we've come.
Yeah.
And from the economic point of view, currently about 16 million people directly rely on the production and supply chain of coffee. We can imagine how huge it is.
Yeah.
Like, being directly independent on one sector of business means that commodity is really huge in the economic aspect of it. And on the social, when we get to the social aspect, coffee is not just a commodity for us. There is a much deeper culture, social life, traditions, all that what encompasses besides the product. There's much to it. So we never put much effort even to know about all that.
Yeah.
So it made me feel much guilty.
Yeah.
To be honest.
To not know. To not be connected.
Exactly.
So on the flip side, once you did connect, like, what was the emotion for you?
Yeah. So currently, I've been working with the company for the past 3 years. And the very first thing that kept me going is that me being able to represent an industry which is very unfavored by the system is very impactful for me, because being able to project the lives of the farmers, the producers, the very down people who are not very flagged by the market, trying to project their stories. What's in behind, it gives you a very powerful purpose in life. Yeah, that has been driving me very positive. And then it comes add a great mentor, because working with Canada, I think you have spoken as well. You have spoken with him.
Yeah, we had Kanan on the documentary, man.
Yes, yeah.
Such an intelligent brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that I give the second grade for him, because working with him was a very eye-opening, and despite being challenging, it's a very eye-opening and pushing experience. Like you get things from a different perspective of it. He gets you to a point that you could see in what you could achieve in the industry. So much of our projects have been very powerful and impactful because of his
vision.
His vision.
Yeah. So, would you say that you are experiencing a sense of pride now, being able to realize that?
Exactly. And I really want to let my youth, the local youth, feel the same about the industry. Yeah. I feel I'm responsible for that.
Yeah.
And that we have been doing much on that. Yeah. You can get to that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's go over to kind of your side of things. Did you grow up in Addis as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Even if my face looks flat. But I did, yeah.
so what was your experience being in Addis and then going back to connect to coffee as not just as a product? Obviously, you're a barista champion. I want to hear about what that experience was like, but just like as a agricultural crop, like the life in the city is very, you know what I'm saying? It's concrete jungle. So to go from there to like, yo, I'm connected with plants. You know what I mean? I'm in the dirt. I'm climbing up hills. I'm harvesting. What's that journey for you? Like, how did you end up back in that space?
Sure. So when I first introduced myself for coffee, I was like a student in the universities. I was studying civil engineering, and
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Totally different.
It was like, this is totally different area to get into
I
agriculture.
studied that for like 5 years and finished in graduate.
Okay.
But when I was a student, and I saw this guy who was passionate about coffee, man, like had a coffee shop around the college or the university, and he really inspired me to get into the coffee. And I've tried to connect with him and like get to know what the business would like for the coffee industry. And he really gave me a good thought and a good perspective as we drive into the coffee industry. And I've been waiting for the coffee shop in me while I was a student. So it gave me a chance to look into the industry and like it gave me a chance to research more about it before I would graduate. So yeah, after that we just opened after the calling
The popcorn, yeah. So tell me, what's up with the popcorn though? Like, what made it? I'm just curious. This has nothing to do with coffee. I mean, I guess it kind of does, but like,
Yeah.
my man said it was kind of fire. Like, what was the secret sauce on the popcorn?
I was passionate. I could say I was passionate because like I was not just popcorn. Plus, we all tried workshop was graduated and doing popcorn industries.
Yeah.
So pretty much we were selling not only the popcorn but also the soda. That's how we know the business and how we kind of went. So the story goes like while we were selling popcorn, this woman came in. She said like, "We have seen this space. Why don't you guys come in, like open up the herb shop?" Okay, that's a good idea. So we went there and rent out all the space. She was doing food, so we were just rent out the outdoor space. So in a couple of months, like our demand goes beyond her food business, and she goes like, "Right, I can do it." And she just evicted us.
Oh, so she got jealous.
Yeah.
She was hating.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I ain't never seen nobody. I ain't never seen nobody get hated on popcorn. That must be some good popcorn, bro.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
after that, like we have to wait like after Corona, we have to wait like 2 years to let's go to into the coffee.
Oh wow, well, this is a 2-year gap.
Yeah. So in between that, like my heart was in the coffee because I had a chance to take a training at E6. That's Ethiopian coffee. No, that's Ethiopian quality exchange.
Yeah.
That's an industry which gave me the really a boost for me to do where I'm at today. Because
Yeah.
it was like a 5-day train. Yeah, and like I've really crashed straight into that in the train because it was meant really something for to really to get to know coffee, and they gave us about like a little about cupping, a little about frosting, like a medicine. I would say like a medicine that would heal you basically. So after that, I had to wait like 2 years to open up with the coffee shop that we had now.
Yeah.
So like while we were working on the coffee shop, like a random came inside, but I know this guy. I work for this guy called Kenneth, and he does as an interest to open up a roaster. It's a coffee shop, and also too many things, and he just introduced us. Right. So like I saw the opportunity, like actually everything that's happening here is just like I've dreamed it. Yeah, it's like the dream came true.
Yeah.
So this is like, Kenan gave us the chance to explore and do everything to bring some out of fairness, and like empowering us with the education and everything.
Yeah.
So I went to the farm like before knowing Kenan. And that's a funny story, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he said like I'm working on the coffee industry and they do help me with it. The farm, like it's so fascinating for me that man, I would sponsor myself. Just get me to the farm.
Yeah.
And when we said hi to Kenan, was not even a proper introduction. It was he said he's my friend. He's into the coffee industry. And after like 6 months or so, and like the opportunity came, and Kenan gave us really the good chance to get to know the coffee. And I go back to the farm like to take trainings.
Wow.
Cause I'm really inspired to get to know the farm really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the experience for the city boy.
Yeah, bro. What was the experience like going to the farm?
Yeah.
You hadn't been there before. Like, what were your emotions going to that?
I feel like I didn't know coffee like until I get to the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was just selling the end products. I don't know where it came from or how it did grow or how it did process it. I've seen it in the paper or in the
on the internet. Yeah.
internet, but it's different. Like
Man, but he was touching everything with a bit.
He was like, is this a cherry? Oh my God.
He was chewing on everything.
So I want to know this, like, how did, like, I don't know the word in them heart, but how did like the uncles and the aunties react? How did the people in the community react?
I think I'll tell you something about that. So after we opened up a coffee shop, our family visited us like after 6 or a year. After opening the coffee shop, and still my mom's still asking it, are you sure about coffee? After all studying the journey things,
After being,
are you sure?
after being the top barista in the country, she's still like, I don't know about coffee.
Yeah, but after that, like, things changed really different. And then I'm trying, I think I became like an icon for my family.
Yeah.
So first, you're in the street and into a family, I did that.
So you almost became a symbol for chasing your dreams. Because you said, like, you know, you had a dream about this, like God gave you a vision. And you're like, now you feel like your dream come true. And since you've been able to accomplish that, would you say that you've become like a role model, you know, for the youth in your family to do the same thing?
Yeah, so like there are like more than 20 coffee shops who have been inspired by our coffee shop and opened up the coffee shop. Why? And still counting. There are plenty of people who come every day want to open a coffee shop and get inspired, get to go to the industry, know coffee, like want to connect. Not only for my family, but it's also for like the coffee community.
Like for the whole culture.
Yeah,
That was like crazy.
I've been into the major TV channels like a couple of times, so
Right. Like you famous.
now also I'm getting famous.
You famous. You're not just famous, you famous. You know what I'm saying?
So that gave the people really coffee something to not only as a business, but as a fashion to chase it.
Yeah.
Get to know more about it.
So are you seeing more people not just get into coffee, but want to go back to the village now? Like to go to the countryside, to tap into it with our roots? Are you seeing kind of a shift in the perspective there?
Like there are plenty of youths who want to really understand coffee.
Yeah.
But the challenge here, there's no real medium to educate people, right? But like you have no like coffee is a bit luxurious thing too, and get educated.
So much money, right? Just especially specialty coffee.
Yeah.
You know, like
Let me tell you a funny story. So if you want to be a copper, you just have to wait like 2 years. After you have registered, you just have to wait. At minimum, it would be like 6 months, but it goes like 2 years. So there was only one government school who does, and they just have to wait like 2 years to get like a copying license or get to get to know coffee.
wow.
So that's the one thing that we want to address, like a company, like in job offering become. We want to tackle that kind of issues, right? We want for the young people to get a chance to get more about coffee, about barista, about roasting,
Yeah.
about the copying, and even about the farming. I think Abraham have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
Always went and how many people are really consuming from that program.
Yeah. But y'all do have the new program you mentioned, like the quality producing.
The producing class.
Yeah. Okay. Break it down.
So the coffee processing class is a class that we run at the top that
Yeah.
you're into.
Yeah.
So we have been facing the issue of lack of skilled manpower on the sector on every supply chain. And we still struggle to secure a skilled manpower on the work. So especially on the producing end and the processing end, not many people know how to process coffee, how to do a restaurant web, all that technical stuff. So what we did was we tried to source fresh graduates. We graduated in agriculture, finalized, because unemployment is a really huge issue in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Even after you get a degree, we're supposed to wait for like 5 years even to get it.
What?
You need to have a high level of someone to get you into it.
What you supposed to do in those 5 years?
By yourself, it's just going to get a
Just eat fruit.
the what?
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
Unemployment is really a huge issue
Yeah.
Ethiopia. So we try to source people, fresh graduates.
Because I recently don't managing the politics. Okay.
Oh, my fault. Damn. Yeah. Okay.
So we source the fresh graduates.
Yeah.
We bring them to the pot.
Yeah.
We let them take this coffee processing 101, including the inventory management, coffee accounting, leadership, all sorts of skills. We're going to teach them without professionals.
Wow.
That program has been going on for the past 3 years. She Service Center is going to be the fourth.
Yeah.
We graduated around 60 to 75 students here, and we kept the high performing ones for ourselves. We certified them. The program is totally funded by the company.
Wow.
we give them everything that we have, to be honest. Yeah. And he certified them, so they could work for any sports arena, producer. They could find work out. So even the guys have to come over. One thing I'm very proud of is the baristas have to come over, which is the specialty coffee shop in Addis. The baristas are the processing class graduates from last year.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so we are totally proud to see them serve the coffee that they produced at the farm by themselves.
Jeez, you know,
It's like full circle.
that's a crazy moment, bro. I gotta imagine that feel, that like the feeling that they feel, like, because a lot of these kids, they grew up on the countryside. They grew up on the rural area, on the farm. They took the initiative, because I can't be easy.
Yeah.
I was a teacher for 10 years, and like, man, teaching kids, I think right now with this generation, like there's a disconnect with the way education works. So for them to go over the educational barriers, the community barriers, and go through the process of getting certified, and then take the coffee that their family has been growing for, I don't know, however many generations, not just a year, and then take that to the capital city and like put it on like that stage. Do couple coffee, bro, like I'm not gonna hold you, like it's that John. It's up there. You know what I mean? Like it's like the actual cafe itself is just like such the design, the setting, the quality, the coffee. Like it's like a world class cafe. You know what I mean? So for them to go from that, going back to that feeling of pride, like they have to feel like a feeling of so much pride and like being able to present. And you feel that when you're there. Like we just did the barista exchange program phase 1 in Ethiopia. It's a wrap. We leave in the morning. But like the baristas, bro, like their passion and their care for not just like the drink, the latte art, the way they like just everything was like you could feel the fire and you know. So I think that starts, that doesn't come from nowhere, right? Like that feeling of pride and this feeling of like reconnecting. We say like connect the root to the fruit. You know what I mean? Like this feeling of like creating this circulatory system where the resources and the nutrients that are produced by the root goes to the fruit and then vice versa. I mean, that kind of starts back with like the founding of the company, right? Like, and the feeling of like, you just talking to Kanan and seeing his pride and what he's doing and seeing him interact with his dad. Then hear your story, the pride that you feel like going, overcoming that sense of shame. You know, I can imagine like, I don't know if y'all be clowned or you, when my first time when I went back to the farm and my grandma's farm, my uncles was clowning me. They was like, you don't know what to do. You scared. So I don't know if that happened to you, but like you overcome that. And then there's a sense of pride. Like, I actually know what to do now. Like I'm next to y'all. I'm walking with you. I'm not shaky. I'm not, and then hear your story, bro, about like really getting to the height of like what coffee can be here in Ethiopia, like, but coming from such a humble beginning. Like there's a pride there, It like even you was like, yeah, bro, I don't drink the hotel coffee. You're like, nah, I only drink the finest. You know what I mean? Which is like, I'm not gonna hold you. I've been bringing my own coffee with me too, bro. Because it's like sometimes you can't risk that first cafe, but like now that pride coming into like the baristas and the kids from the farm being able to see that product, that's crazy. So my last question for you guys tonight, like, is what do you think that this movement, I don't know if there's a word for it yet, but I'm seeing this happen in the culinary space with documentaries like High on the Hog, with Swahili Soul, which just happened in Kenya, shout out to Vava. I'm seeing people wanting to reclaim their traditional foods and to recontextualize them to the world via these platforms. I'm seeing it happening with music. The Black Starline Festival that just happened in Accra. I think it's happening again in Jamaica this year. And we're seeing it happen with coffee. Like Cxffeeblack is an example of that, like reconnecting to this heritage, seeing what y'all doing as an example of that, like, and not just doing it in a way where it's like, in the fields of Ethiopia, there's wild coffee. Check. Not like on some BBC type like black and white, but it's really fly. You know what I mean? Like the apparel, the merch, the music, like it's now. You know what I mean? It's us, it's the culture. Like, what do you think this can create in the future? Like, and I think about this question a lot, like 100 years in the future too. Everybody's seen Black Panther. We think about Wakanda, whatever. But like, what does the future look like, in you guys' opinion, not only for Ethiopia, but for the diaspora as a whole, for producing countries as a whole, like us reclaiming these traditions from music to food to coffee, like reconnecting the root to the food. Like, what could that produce? What kind of innovation could we see? 100 years in the future.
Let me always say something. So, for us, like as a company, and also as an individual, our opinion is with like, let me say something about the coffee first. So we could have brought like the well-known coffee shop projects in the world and open up and get the good money out of it. We need that. We could do that, or we can do that. The reason we opened up Ducamo is like there should be some representative coffee shop, not only coffee shop, like a brand that could go from the origin to the international markets, even for like in Africa, in Europe, and anywhere that you name it. We saw that vision would happen. No reels, like the real soon, but would happen in 5 or 10 years.
So like a Ducamo coffee shop in Japan. That's crazy.
US. That's a real vision.
In New York.
In New York.
Wow.
So my philosophy is that like it's okay, it's not origin for only coffee, but it's origin for humanity,
For life, yeah.
for life. So that tells something like when everybody or when anybody wants to try to themselves. That's just a reminder for us where to look at, where to find your like originality is like is the right. So as Ducamo and also as a Buncho, we are trying to push this thing to the international state and like we are back the original that is whole like cause like there is like everything that you have seen in Ducamo is like something organic and original, not blended with anything.
Yeah.
Right.
No sugar, no cream.
No sugar, no cream.
Yeah.
So we want to push that movement, and also we want to push the specialty coffee movement locally with our own people, because as they understand this, it's like it doesn't really right to sell the thing that you will never taste, right? There's no way to represent it to the international stage, and unless you know about it.
That's the thing we say is like we deserve to enjoy the fruit of our labor.
Yeah.
That's biblical. You know what I mean? Like the oxen is deserving to, I can't finish the rest of the verse, but you feel me though? Like if it's doing the work, it should be able to get some of that.
Yeah.
And that's powerful.
And also we are like, we have this project of now. A training setup. So we only train like perfect baristas for the company. But there has been like a lot of demand about it, about getting trainings, about getting to offer like from the house. So we want to address that kind of question from like the youth generation, and also from like I don't know. It's okay should be the benchmark for coffee education.
Yeah.
We should not get from like someone from US or Japan. Maybe.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. We should get that kind of facilities for our own country, for our own people, while we are still alive and. So that's the biggest dream that I have.
Yeah.
To make the will and how I don't know how to say it. I feel emotion in it.
And no, I feel you because like that's how our team has felt coming here. Is like I've been to a lot of coffee trainings.
Yeah.
This is what matters to me.
Yeah, we were having a discussion about this with Abraham. So the farmer knows about the coffee more than the trainer from any country.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have to cut it out for it.
Nah, no sugar, no cream.
Yeah. Trust me, he did.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the right term or the right education level to explain.
Yeah.
So there should be a mechanism to address such kind of question, and also train the children from the farms, right?
Yeah, bro.
So we want to educate the farmers, family, farmers, like 7th generation.
Bro, that's such a crazy. Like, what does it look like to live in a world where the kids of farmers can sell their parents' coffee to the world, not just as a green product, but as a finished product? to know what it tastes like, to be able to go back and talk to their, yo, pops, you remember when you was, you know what I mean, you was getting crazy with the processing last year? John going crazy right now. People love it. Like that kind of feeling and reality, I think is like, it's becoming closer to reality. I mean, in some ways it is reality based on what you're saying is happening at the cafe with the quality processing program. And I think that is something that is really, it almost was unthinkable 5 years ago, you know, for that reality to be a thing.
And which we are doing it. Like the guys at become the baristas, almost like 3 or 4 of them, their family have a farm, actual farm.
Wow.
And also like 3 or 4 guys in the office, their family have a farm.
Wow.
They already know the future. Right? They are just exploring and get to know the industry.
Yeah.
Like getting the firm knowledge. So really push into it.
Sheesh.
So I believe we have created a movement like as the Gambo coffee. You can say it or you can please when you go to the really that's a benchmark for the coffee in Addis.
Sheesh.
So we want to spread that to the whole world and
you know. That's amazing work. So like, Abraham, as we wrap it up, man, like on your perspective, we talked a bit about what that looks like for like the people who are involved, but I'm really curious, you're a very creative guy. What does this look like from a product perspective, from a branding perspective, from an innovation perspective? What do you, not just for the people and what their lives could look like and what their pride can feel like, but what do you think the innovations that can come like to the industry as a whole in the next 100 years with this kind of movement, this kind of pride happening in the space?
Yeah, good. So when I think about the future, for us specifically for Ethiopians, coffee is not just a product. There is a lot of backstory to it, and there is an intertwined culture, tradition,
Baby.
social life. Everything is related to coffee.
Yeah.
So, but we are trying to push the product that the outside world wants, which is totally coffee, just a product. There is a lot to show. There is a lot to illustrate. There is a lot to project to the world other than the product.
Yeah.
And I think from my point of view, which is the creative direction, the marketing point of view, we should let people who are getting involved with on the industry get the spotlight they need, and also let them benefit from the other parts of the trading too, not only just selling coffee. Like, you guys really market really well.
Oh, thank you.
You like we tried still a little bit of campaigns, you know.
Hey, bro, look. You won't believe it, bro. Like, and people think I'm marketing. It's just me in the studio. You see it in the home
Activities,
yeah,
of the top. So there are multiple ways we can benefit the direct producers and direct stakeholders, not just from the products, but from selling of the story, the
apparel,
merch. Well, the thing about we were talking about sampling stuff.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
yeah, bro.
Get the farmers, get the royalties.
Come on, bro. Put them on as a songwriter.
There is a lot of opportunities because we are from I can say a third world country.
Yeah, okay.
We never had that much systematic approach to benefit from those things.
Yeah,
we have been secluded from that that benefit. So I think in the coming years, what we're trying to do is get the closed gates a little bit loose.
Yeah.
So trying to let the movement start from within.
Yeah.
Push it outwards and let it show to the world.
Oh,
because I've seen that, because the way we set up the branding for the events, or the way we do our marketing is, we try to show our values other than the product.
Yeah.
We have a product that can back us up on our marketing.
Yeah.
But our marketing is all about showing the values, what's behind the cup you're drinking.
Yeah.
You know? So there is, you can benefit the stakeholders really well, not just with the product, but the whole concept of it. Yeah. I think that's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
Which you guys are pushing Yep.
I think it's such a powerful thing to see. As we had this one shirt, we didn't ever drop it, but it was like Uniting Seeds of African Soil, and it's just thinking about like what happens when ecosystems, right? Like there's one thing for a plant to grow by itself. There's another thing for it to be a part of an ecosystem, and I think that effect is cumulative. You know what I mean? It's greater than the sum of its parts. It's exponential when you have things that were created to be beside each other, flourishing next to each other. It becomes almost like each piece becomes greater than the sum of its parts. Productively, scientifically, agriculturally, I think that's true also socially. You know what I mean? Like all these people have been placed next to each other not by accident. Even you look at coffee itself, like it only grows in Africa. There are 130 species. I don't think there's an accident, and I think like when people begin to really, what's the, the Kanan said something in the documentary, it's like, we have to do our work.
Yeah.
And I think that when we all are doing our work and that work is being done well and being done where we can see each other doing that work well, it creates like almost like an unstoppable movement, man. Like it creates and then you see that in history at different times where there are these moments where like dominoes start to fall next to each other. I think that's where we are right now. I think we're in one of those moments where like there are too many things happening really well on this continent and then within this diaspora, like, and if we don't miss it, and it's not just in Africa, bro. It's like when you look in Latin America, when you look at Asia, when you look at the Middle East, like there's just groups of people who are really, I think the youth are, maybe it's the internet, maybe it's because we're all connected and we can all see each other. But I think there's a world where like people who have kind of been ignored for a long time are creating new things, bro. And I think that I'm just really excited about what that world could look like. Like, what do the innovations look like? What do the new brewing methods look like? What does the new music sound like? Like, I don't know yet, but I think we're at the precipice of finding that. Even the drinks, bro, like the specialty drink you made was crazy, dog. And like all of the baristas we spoke with were having the same thing. Like they were talking like, we saw Bunakala on Monday and my brother was saying he was using the milk from Bunakala as like a poured espresso, like just crazy stuff. So I'm excited, man. This is just phase one of these kinds of conversations. Thank y'all for coming to having it live. We in the motherland, baby. You know what I mean? Like, this is a beautiful thing.
Actually, we really have to thank you guys for giving the opportunity, like spotlighting us, like as audience. Like, that means a lot. Like, I think the stars is really small. Like, I cannot say this thing is small because we don't have a big upgrade to achieve.
Yeah.
And also, I think I could say like this is a sign for Ethiopia or for like coffee producing countries in Africa really will shine.
Yeah, bro.
Because the fire is like really good.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. Change is coming from within. Yeah. And we're the progressing through.
Yeah, bro. It's a crazy time right now, man. Look, don't sleep. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Don't sleep. You know what I mean? Come on. Get to that stupid. Get your coffee, get your cup, whatever you need. Drink it black. Don't sleep. You feel me?
And don't miss this wave.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Was it the 10th wave?
Yeah.
not the 4th wave. It's the 10th wave.
Yeah.
Don't get lapped, bro.
That was smart to say for him.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you follow these brothers on social. Follow Ducamo. Follow Buncho. Follow Daniel Benza. You know what I mean? It's a wave, bro. Appreciate y'all. Y'all keep the coffee black. We out.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Coffee stay black, just like me. Don't need no sugar, don't need no cream. Coffee stay black, just like me. Black like me, black like me, black like me.